Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Funky Ismuasar. I'm a PPG student at Widya Mandala Catholic University, Surabaya. On this occasion, I will conduct a performance test to complete my UJI KINERJA task in PPG DalJab 2021. And I will teach grade 10 with basic competence 3.7 on historical recount text. Thank you and happy watching. Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, Mister.
So, how are you today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm great, thank you. So, before we start our class, we should pray first. Erki, would you please lead your friend to pray?
Okay, Mister. Before we start our lesson, let's pray together. Pray begins.
Amen. Thank you, Erki. Now, class, we are going to take the register. Rahma Alia Eka Putri.
Present, sir.
Muhammad Yusuf Erki.
Here, sir.
Malika Parsa Rimit.
Present, sir.
Mutiara Fitriani.
Present, sir.
Yurida Kalista Yasmin.
Present, sir.
Felicia Messi Dalvina.
Present, sir.
Egisa Edia Putri.
Present, sir.
And Adelia Anggraini.
Present, sir.
Yeah. So it looked like you've all joined. That's great. So before we begin, let's review the lesson from last week. Do you remember what did we learn last week?
Yes, sir. We studied about announcement last week.
Yeah, we studied about announcement last week. So please take a look at the picture here. Can you see the picture?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you know who they are?
If I'm not mistaken, they are Insinyur Soekarno and Muhammad Hatta.
Okay, that's right. Thank you, Mutiara. So what can you see from this picture?
Here with the proclamation of Indonesia's independence.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so this picture shows us the day when Indonesia's Independence Day was proclaimed. And now we are going to learn about historical recount text. You said you will get detailed information about this text by reading or knowing historical stories. You will be more appreciative of the services of the heroes involved in them. Okay? I'll repeat again. You said you will get detailed information about this text by reading or knowing historical stories. We will be more appreciative of the services of the heroes involved in them. Okay, get it?
Okay, Mister.
Okay, now I'll show you a video and you get more understand the aims of the text that we will learn.
The Indonesian leaders in Surabaya faced the most difficult decision. There was a boy who knew courage, honor, and humanity. A messenger of peace to his enemies, his leaders, and his people.
I hate everything that makes a war.
But I do not dare, sir.
It's only you, Musa, I can trust.
You're just a child.
messenger boy.
Where is the code?
Sometimes we'll never know success. Sometimes we're afraid to see our own courage. But these just make you see that everything you believe is faith.
Cleverness is not only here, but also here. There is no victory in war.
The war would only leave suffering and cause everything to be lost. Battle of Surabaya.
Okay, now after you watch the video, he asks you some question. What is the video about?
The Battle of Surabaya, sir.
The Battle of Surabaya. Okay, thank you. And what are the events in the video?
It was a battle of soldiers and militias of the proclamation of independence of Indonesia and the British Army.
Okay, thank you. So class, after analyzing the picture and the video above, do you find some problems? Does anyone have something to ask before we move forward?
Can I ask you some questions, sir?
Okay, go ahead.
Why did you show us the picture and video about proclamation? What is the aim and objective of this lesson?
Okay, thank you. Any other question?
Sir, should we use specific grammar or phrases for this text?
Okay, very good question. Okay, thank you. I'll keep it. Okay, and next? Any other?
And sir, how do we arrange the text?
Okay, how do we arrange the text? Okay, so there are three questions. So the first is, why did I show you the picture and video about proclamation? There is an aim and objective. And then the second is, should we use specific grammar or phrases for this text? And the last one is, how do we arrange the text? Okay, that's great questions. So to answer your questions, I'll play a video for you, but let me define this class into two groups. Okay, group one consists of Rahma Alia, and then Muhammad Yusuf Erki, Malika Parsa, and Mutiara Fitriani. So, group two consists of Julida Kalista, Felicia Messi, Egista Edia, and then Adelia Anggreni. So now let me show you a video about the definition, social function, and the generic structure of historical context. Don't forget to analyze and make notes. I'll ask you some questions about the video related to the text. What is actually historical recon is? Group 1 maybe?
Historical recon is a text which retells the chronological events of memorable of important history about a place or an object occurred in the past.
Okay, thank you, Malika. And what is the social function of historical recount text?
To describe past historical experiences by retelling chronological events by involving the important dates, characters, as well as the place of the events.
Yeah, very good, Gisa. So it is to describe past historical experience by telling chronological event. Okay. And then next, can you mention the general structure of historical recount?
Historical recon consists of three components. One, orientation, introducing the place or an object, setting of time and place. Two, event, it contains the series of chronological events so that it constructs a complete historical series. Three, reorientation, it is optional. In this part, it contains about the reader point of view as the evaluation about the story.
Okay, thank you. So there are three parts of the general structure of historical recounts. The first is orientation. It is introducing the place or an object, setting of time and place. Second is events. It contains the series of chronological events so that it constructs a complete historical series. And then the last is reorientation. Actually, it is optional. But in this part, it contains about the writer's point of view as the evaluation about the stories. Okay, very good. So what about the language feature of historical recount text?
Grammar and language feature. Using specific participant, person, place, or thing, Utomo, Soekarno, Hatta, events. Using pronoun, we, they. Using a style, action, verb, when, place, spent. Using a verb present, in my house 2 days ago, slowly. Using past tense, they went to Surabaya. Using adjective, brave, strong, smart. Using time conjunction, sample, and, but, after, and finally.
Okay, so about the language features of the text, it is using specific participant, such as person, place, or things. Example, Bung Tomo, Soekarno, Hatta, weapons, and many more. It is also using pronouns, we, they. It is also using action verb, when, played, spent. The fourth is using adverb phrases. In my house, 2 days ago, slowly. Fifth, using past tense. Example, they went to Surabaya. Using adjective, brave, strong, smart. And the last one is using time conjunction like and, but, after, and finally. Okay, very good. So the characteristic of historical recount, there are four characteristics of historical recount. First, it is retelling the past historical events. Second, upholding the history of a place or an object. Third, written scientifically or imaginatively. So it is actually it is fact, but sometimes it is used imaginatively too. And then the last one is proposing to informing or entertaining. Can be both, yeah. So from this step, any question, class?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
No, sir. Sir.
Okay, very good. So for the next activity, with your group, you have to analyze and determine the generic structure of the text and then answer the question. So let me share the screen. Text one. Text one, this is for group one. The topic is about Rengas Dengklok. Maybe you can screenshot group one. Okay, next. Text two. The topic is about the Battle of 10 November 1945, or it known as the Battle of Surabaya. Group two, you can screenshot the screen.
Okay, sir.
Done?
Done, sir.
Okay, good. So I'll give you 15 minutes to do your works with your group. You have to analyze and determine the generic structure of the text and then answer the following question. Here, the topics, you can write down the topic of your group already given. Group one about Rengas Dengklok, and then group two about the Battle of 10 November 1945. Okay? And then you have decided which one is orientations here on the first paragraph, and then the next paragraph, the series of event, and then the last one is about reorientation. And after that, you have to answer the following question. There are 4 questions. So I've already sent this table to your Google Classroom. You can check it. And let me stop sharing. And now you have to move to your breakout room to make a discussion with your group. Hello, group 1.
Hello, Mr.
Hello.
Okay, so now you have to discuss with your group. What you have to do is you have to determine the orientation and then which one the events, and also you have to determine the orientation. Okay, you can start to discuss now.
So, guys, what's the orientation for the topic of Rengas Dengklok? What's the orientation for this?
Yang orientation paragraph 1, I guess.
Okay. What's the paragraph 1 for? Wait. What's the paragraph 1 of the topic?
Yang on August.
Oh yeah, I forgot. On August 14, and di Japan surrender, right? Surrender unconditionally.
Yes.
Japan surrender.
Yang ketiga itu yang dari after had a long discussion.
Okay.
Sampai after returning to Jakarta.
Yang ini kan ya. Yang ini kan ya, like this, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so move on. This just delete the row. Wait. Cut.
So group 2, group 1, you can continue your discussion with your friends. I'll move to next room. Hello, group 2.
Hello,
Halo,
sir.
Sir.
Sir, dibaca nggak teksnya?
No, you don't have to read the text. You just determine the orientation and then the events and also the orientation.
So, which is
Read the
like...
part of it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There are three structure. Mungkin kita bisa bagi kali ya.
Boleh.
Yang mau baca pertama siapa?
Adel aja, kan dia buka.
Jadi dia pembuka sama orientation.
Yes.
So it has been decided who will present.
From us is gonna present this presentation, but we still couldn't decide who is gonna do the opening and the closing or some of them.
Okay, and have you answered the questions related to the text?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. The class, it's time to present your words to the class. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, ready.
Okay, let's start with group 1. You can share screen.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Today, our group do presentation about historical recount. Our group consists of Muhammad Yusuf Erki, is myself, Rahma Alia Eka Putri, Malika Parsha, Mutiara Fitriani. The topic is rank, gas, then clock. On the orientation is on August 14, 1945, Japan surrendered unconditionally to the Allies. For the series of the event, it's on the second paragraph. It's on August 15, 8 p.m. Under the leadership of Chairul Saleh, the younger group argued that Indonesia must declare their independence immediately. Followed by third paragraph, there was a different group opinion between older group and younger group.
After that, Latifendra Ningrat and Suhud was fluttering the flag, which had sung by Mr. Fatmawati. Then audience sang Indonesia Raya song together. Finally, the proclamation was heard throughout the country.
Next, content. First, what happened? The incident of Rengas Dengklok. Second, where did it happen? Rengas Dengklok, Karawang. Third, who was the prominent figure in the battle? What did he do? Sukarno, he formulated the text of the proclamation and proclaimed it. Fourth, describe in one word the Indonesian who defended their city at that time. Patriotic. So many presentation from our group. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, group 1.
Hello everyone. Today we are group 2, which are me, Adelia, Gisha, Messi, and the last one is Yuri. So we can to present about historical recon test.
Series of events, the governor of Java and Brigadier Maladi met an agreement. Second, a British plane from Jakarta dropped leaflets all over Surabaya. And third, on 30 October 1955, Brigadier Maladi was killed as he was approaching the British troops post near Jembatan Merah or Red Bridge, Surabaya. And the fourth, November 10, 1945, British troops began to advance into Surabaya with cover from both naval and air bombardment. The Indonesians defend the city heroically. The city was conquered within 3 days, and the whole battle lasted for 3 weeks.
And the reorientation, stating personal comments about the events. However, the battle provoked Indonesian and international mass to rally for the country's independence, which made this battle especially important for Indonesian national revolution. And the first question is, what happened? The text is about the Battle of 10 November 1945, Surabaya.
Two, where did it happen? It happened in Surabaya. 3. Who was the prominent figure in the battle? What did he do? Bung Tomo invigorated the freedom fighters to bravely fight the British Army. 4. Describe in one word the Indonesian who defeated their city at the time. Careless. So many presentations from us. Thank you very much. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you. You can start sharing. Okay, on this structure of the text, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, so there are 5 series of events, right? Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, sorry, give applause to group 2. Okay, and then you can also answer the question correctly. Thank you. Now, class, it's time to, sorry, wait, let me share the screen. Okay, can you see in the screen? Okay, it's time to make a summary from the lesson today. Maybe one of you can make a summary, can help me to make a summary.
Sir, I have a summary.
Okay.
So the definition of historical recon is a text which retells the chronological events of memorable or important history about a place or an object occurred in the past. 2 is social function to describe past historical experience by retelling chronological events by involving the important dates, character, as well as the place of the events. And 3rd is generic structure. There is orientation, 2nd is events, and the 3rd is reorientation.
Okay, thank you very much, Messi. Yeah, so historical recount is a text which retells the chronological events of memorable or important history about a place or an object occurred in the past. And then the social function of the text is to describe past historical experience by retelling chronological events by involving the important dates, characters, as well as the place of the events. And the generic structure of the text, there are 3 parts of the generic structure. First is orientation. It is introducing the place or an object, setting of time and place. The second is events. It contains the series of chronological events so that it constructs a complete historical series. And the last one is reorientation. It is optional. In this part, it contains about the writer's point of view as the evaluation about the stories. Okay, class. Before the end this class, do you have any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Do you have any question before we end this class?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, now it's time to reflections. So you have to fill the box below as a self-reflection activity. I'll send it to your Google Classroom. There are two statements. First is I can understand text structure of historical accounts. And then the second is I can understand the social concept of historical context. Okay, don't forget to fill it. I've already sent it to your Google Classroom. And don't forget to find and read more examples of historical events that happened in this country. You will try to make a paragraph at the next meeting. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So I'll ask you one more time. Do you have any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So if there is no questions, I think enough for today. So thank you for joining this class. Have a great day and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.